best in boxing live here in the Salon Mezzanine in Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, where for your viewing pleasure, we will be streaming to you 13 live fights. Now, I didn't stutter there. 13 live fights for your viewing pleasure. Now, in the main event, we're going to see Mario Ramirez take on Alfredo Pita, and on the featured bout of the evening, the undefeated rising prospect, Mr. Dewayne Beamon, taking on Zenon Venancios here tonight. Now I'm being joined by my co-host, Mr. Chris Martin, as well as Carlos Barrigan, and Chris, Dewayne Beamon, a prospect with a lot of eyes on him. What do you expect from him tonight in this performance, and what can fans expect from him in this fight here?
Well, he's got a very bright future. He might have gotten into the game a little bit late, but he's booming. He's on the fast track to a world title shot. Tonight, he's looking on to put on a spectacular performance. Knockout number 11 if it gets to. But Dewayne Beamon, excellent fighter. Looking forward to it.
No, I'm really interested in this fight and seeing the type of skills he's going to go ahead and highlight for our live viewing audience here tonight. Now, Carlos, in the main event, a man that you're very familiar with, Mario Ramirez, looking for his 9th professional win. You've seen him fight before. What do you expect from him in the type of fight he's going to show here tonight?
Well, I think he's really developing ever since his first loss in his pro debut. He's developed. He's on an 8-win winning streak, and he comes in with a grove of fans. And tonight, with the help of Buddy Steca, they're taking him along, and he's going to be fighting for a regional Mexican title tonight. I think he'll do good tonight with Pita.
He's an entertaining fighter, is bueno, but like I mentioned, we are live, and we're going to go ahead and get the show started. Let's go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, to get tonight's festivities.
Damas y caballeros, nuestro siguiente combate está pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso super mosca. And let's get ready for 6 rounds of boxing in the super flyweight division, presented by Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with BIB, the best in boxing, and Mijo Management, the king of San Diego. Your 3 judges scoring. Sus 3 jueces, Carlos de la Rocha, Esteban Franco, y Francisco Pacheco. And your 3rd man inside the ring, Jesus Soto. Introducing to your first the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim. He's official weight 115 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con rojo, con un peso de 115 libras. Representando a La Paz, Baja California Sur, Zenon Venancio. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner, wearing yellow trunks with black trim. His official weight, 115 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo amarillo con negro, con un peso idéntico de 115 libras. Hailing from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Mr. Stop Running, Dewayne Easy Beeman. And here's with the final instructions, con las instrucciones finales, Jesús Soto.
Señores, ya saben las reglas de la pelea, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, tengo cuidado con la cabeza, los golpes de las nuca no se valen ni la espalda tampoco. Choquen guantes, suerte para los dos.
And here we go, fight fans, the anticipated fight of Dewayne Beeman here. 6 rounds in the super flyweight division. Beeman in the yellow and black trunks, channeling his inner Bruce Lee with the Batman socks, going up against his opponent, Zenon Venancio, in the black trunks with red trim. And like we were mentioning, Beeman, a very interesting story. He started boxing at 26 years of age, but it's not because he didn't want to start boxing. It's because his parents actually wanted him to study and get a degree first. And Beeman, actually, multi-sport athlete, got scholarships in basketball and football to Southern Virginia University.
graduated in 2014, got his BA in family child care development. And what does the kid do? Instead of going out, getting a normal 9 to 5, he goes in and becomes a professional pugilist.
It's exactly what he wanted to do. You have to respect him for that. You know, obeyed his parents, did what they wanted to do, and then went and did what he wants to do, and that's professional prize fighting.
Thank you. Beeman got some crazy work ethic. He would go and train in the morning and in the afternoon in basketball and football, take a rest, and then train in boxing at midnight on some of these training days. The third workout of the day, unbeknownst to faculty at the university, because he could have gotten in trouble for even using the gym for boxing, to get his work in inside the ring.
Yeah, if the university knew that he was boxing, they would cancel his scholarship, so he had to keep it under wraps. He was unable to fight amateur until he graduated, he finished his schooling, and in under 2 years, 48-2. That's an incredible record, 48-2 in the amateurs.
Beeman now looking to be 13-0. Going should. Great footwork at this point in the fight, right, Carlos?
Yeah, I really like the way he boxes. He understands, he's having a great time, he's taking steps back, able to counter, but his physique tells you how hard he works. He looks good.
Absolutely, Carlos. On the contrary of his opponent, Venancio, you know, not the power demonstration that he has, or nor too much ability in the boxing ring. You know, Beamon seems to be having fun with him up here.
So we're coming to the final seconds of this first round. A good round for Beeman, showing his speed, his agility, his footwork in there. His opponent, seemingly overmatched at this point, gets hit with a hook, almost goes down, but survives that first round scare. Now, like I mentioned, Beeman, not your typical boxing story. We mentioned him going to college, him getting the scholarship, him not boxing until he was 26. But at this point in his career, he's promoted himself. He's his own promoter. He came in tonight with not even his team from North Carolina as his feet in his corner. Former bantamweight world champion Lomerio Perez, which Chris immediately noticed him in the back. So he's getting good instructions there from a former world champ.
Former world champion, former bantamweight world champion from Tijuana here. Raul Jibaro Perez, one of the great fighters of Mexico, legendary here in Tijuana. I'm sure giving good instruction to Beamon right there. But to touch on something that you were saying is that Beamon has excellent boxing skills. Carlos, excuse me, was the one saying excellent boxing skills, knows how to use his distance, and just looks very strong for the weight class.
Well, to quote a movie, one of my favorite movies, Beeman's more shredded than a Julian salad. You got abs on abs on abs. Look at this kid. Amazing physique in there.
I think you broke your record today, Marcos, with 2 movie quotes. First the Ivan Drago, now this one. Starting to be more of a movie buff than a ring commentator.
See Beeman here controlling the fight with his jab. Moving in and out. Good waist movement from him. And Carlos, at this point, you know, you gotta know if you're Zenon, you're outgunned. This guy's a way better athlete than you. What can you do in there?
At this point in the game, he's trying his best, but he's swinging for air. You know, Beeman's taking that little step back, little right hand, left hook, you know. There's really nothing he can do from here. Just throw punches and hope to make it to the end.
Yeah, absolutely, Carlos. I mean, he's trying, he's winging his shots, but he's just outclassed, outmuscled, outskilled, pretty much out of everything today.
You got to think that Beeman, with these advantages, might be wanting to get a little bit more work in the ring.
And it looks like the corner's stepping up on the side there. Right uppercut.
And
yeah,
I believe the corner might have thrown the towel. Yes, that's it. The fight is over. The corner of Venancio throwing the towel, pulling his fighter back. Agony on the face of Zenon. He wanted to continue fighting. And that was an odd conclusion to this fight.
I think Venancio's corner knew what they had in front of them. Maybe to avoid him getting hurt, Venancio, just go ahead and throw in the towel, end the fight early, and put it into to what was inevitably going to happen. Right, Carlos?
Yeah, exactly. They knew he was outgunned, and so they thought, why go any farther? With Beamon, we were talking about earlier about how he had no representation. He recently signed a managerial contract with Gino Mazzantini and Lou Messina, so hopefully they can guide him along and give him some good stuff and give him some bigger arenas and better fights and bigger paydays.
Absolutely, better fights, better opponents. I think today we were a little bit taken from Beamon's ability, from Venancio in his corner, from stopping it much too early, not really competing too much. But let's go to Lupe for the official decision.
Damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo oficial de 2 minutos con 1 segundo en el round número 2. We have the official time at 2 minutes and 1 second in round number 2. Declaring your winner by the way of technical knockout. Su ganador por la vía del knockout técnico, Dewayne Easy Beeman.
We're here with your winner, Dewayne Beeman. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent performance here tonight.
Yeah.
But I must ask you, are you disappointed by the way the fight ended?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very disappointed. Like, if I knew that was going to happen, I would just took him out in the first round. I was just trying to get a round in. I haven't been in the ring since July, so I was trying to get a little work and move around. But if I knew they were going to quit in the second round like that, I would have knocked them out first round, man. I would just went at them and took them out.
You did manage to score a knockdown in that initial round. With the work that you did put in, were you happy with what you displayed here tonight?
Nah, I'm a little disappointed. I had a lot of people watching back home and stuff, and they haven't seen me since July. And I don't know. I'm my biggest critic, man. I'm always trying to get better. So the connections I made down here, hopefully it'll get me to another level and work with some better fighters, better trainers, all that stuff, and I'm going to get out there.
At this point, you go to 13-0.
Yeah.
What do you want to do in this next year, and where do you see yourself going?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm going for all of them, man. Inoue, Estrada, Sovereign B-side, all them guys, I could beat all the super flyweights in the world, so I just want to shot at them, and I'm going to beat them. I'm going to beat them this year.
And you're looking fly doing it as well.
Yes.
Props to your ring attire.
Thank you.
Congratulations, going to 13-0 here tonight. Dewayne Easy Beeman.
We now see Rafael Ramirez, 18-4-2 from San Diego, California, coming out with his entourage here, decked in money team gear. Being close to the Floyd Mayweather camp is Rafael Ramirez. Though hasn't had a fight since 2014. His first fight in a 3-year layoff.
And before that 2014 bout, I believe there was another layoff. So, but Rafael Ramirez, lengthy pro, great defense. I think he's got the right opponent in front of him tonight. He's gonna go forward on Rafael, and Rafael's job today, make him miss.
Damas y caballeros, este combate está pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso super welter. Let's get ready for 6 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. Being brought to you by Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with BIB, the best in boxing. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black and silver. He's official weight 154 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con plata, con un peso de 154 libras. Representing Tijuana, Baja California, Manuel Garcia. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim. His official weight 154 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo blanco con oro, con un peso idéntico de 154 libras. Hailing out of San Diego, California, USA, representing the Money Team San Diego, Rafael Ramirez. Con las instrucciones finales, Jesús Soto.
Señores, ya saben la regla de la pelea, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, tengan cuidado con la cabeza, los golpes de la nuca son prohibidos. Espalda y conejo también, no quiero ninguno. Choquen guantes.
Here we go, 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Rafael Ramirez in the white shorts with gold trim going up against Manuel Garcia of Tijuana, Baja California with a record of 5-13. The black shorts with white trim. Garcia, like we mentioned, coming off of close to a 3-year layoff. Last fight happening in 2014. Former sparring partner of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And actually made a note to let us know that he was signed by Floyd Mayweather 2 months ago. Displaying that Philly shell style is Ramirez. Though not everybody is Floyd Mayweather.
No, absolutely not, Marcos, but Ramirez definitely does his job, of defensive footwork, and in my opinion, maybe needs to put his shots together a little bit more. He's got the right opponent in today in Manuel Garcia to show his skills, what he's able to do. Manuel Garcia's got one way going forward, and Ramirez needs to capitalize, evade the shots, and counter back.
Ramirez does have a really solid jab. It's thrown out there a few times now, and it has landed. Doing a veteran moon right there.
He spun him around.
As Ramirez getting cornered a bit from Garcia, landing a series of hooks and a straight right there. His eyes wide open. Carlos, so far, what sticks out to you?
What sticks out right away is that Garcia has no respect for Ralphie Ramirez, and he's going to want to make him work. But Ralphie still has some footwork to keep himself alive, a good jab. But it looks like Garcia don't respect Ralphie, and he's going to push him. But Ralphie's jab can keep him alive, keep him at a distance, some footwork there. So he still has enough in the tank for, 6 rounds.
Now Garcia is bringing it.
Yeah.
At this point, having good waist movement. And he does make it past this first round, but Garcia also suffering from what a lot of my old coaches used to say, the ugly complex, where his face isn't going to get any more messed up than it already is. So he doesn't mind taking a punch in there because, it's not really going to do anything to him.
He's got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose at all.
Nothing to lose. So tonight, Marcos, we got the movie quotes and then we got comedian Marcos. Comedian Marcos. I like that one.
Yeah,
I think I like comedian Marcos more than movie
Not
Marcos.
quitting my day job anytime soon, guys.
You're absolutely right, though, Marcos. Garcia, his only chance in this bout is to go forward, make it ugly. He needs to make Ramirez work in this bout.
Yeah, I think his chances, Archinka's chances down in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th round, taking it to the end and see if, Ralphie's been out of the game for a while and see if Ralphie can hold that pace.
Yeah, because ring rust may have an effect here in this fight. I mean, first round, Ramirez looking fresh, making a miss.
And flicking out that jab. It's been Garcia's primary weapon so far. It is scoring for him. He is racking up points with that jab. As Garcia is just looking for that one shot, trying to time Ramirez as he had him against the ropes there. And man, you can tell Garcia's been through some wars there. Just look how flat his nose is.
You're saying he wasn't born like that, Marcos. All right, here we go.
Ramirez doing work with Garcia against the ropes. Referee separating them. Garcia pressuring. But Ramirez will jab, clinch, breaking the rhythm of Garcia.
And that's Garcia's only shot right there, is to throw those bombs, those overhand rights, swinging, thudding left hooks.
I like that. I feel he needs to do that. He needs to be able to cut the ring off and keep Ramirez against the ropes, because I think that's his best bet. Because Ramirez is going to box you. He's going to jab and move, jab and move, jab and move. That's what he does.
Yeah, like he told us earlier in the fighter meeting, who likes to get hit? So he's defensive. He uses his movement. The truth is, nobody likes to get hit. Even the boxers and fighters that say they do. It's definitely not what they want.
Ramirez landed a good uppercut there while he had Garcia up against the ropes. Now Garcia, though, smothering him. And Carlos, when they're this close, and with Garcia smothering and clinching at times, what can he do that'll work in his favor in that position?
Well, I like the uppercuts on the inside. because you see Ralphie has a tendency to hold from the outside, but if he can tie himself elbows in and work the left uppercut, the right uppercut, and make it a physical fight, because we're barely in the second round. And remember, his ring rust can affect him in the later. All that holding, that grabbing, that pushing, that's taking some energy out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Carlos. Anytime you're doing anything other than punching, like example like you just used, wrestling, it's going to wear you out a lot more or a lot quicker in this type of fight.
2 rounds in the book here in Tijuana, Mexico at the Salon Mezzanine. Rafael Ramirez in control of this fight, with his main weapon being his jab, able to score and move out of the way of the arm rushes of Manuel Garcia. Garcia, I feel, needs to do something big in this round if he wants to stay in the fight, being 2 rounds down seemingly, we think, on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, he's definitely down 2-0. But his only chance, like we mentioned earlier, is just to push forward, make it a grimy fight, and for Garcia to hope that Ramirez tires because of that ring rust and long layoff.
And here comes Garcia with some sense of urgency, though. As quickly as he tries to mount offense, Ramirez ties him up. And now he's getting warned for the tie-up by the referee as Garcia attempts to come forward. Shots to the body, 6 shots there. But Ramirez using his experience, throwing a jab and slipping out.
And there goes Ramirez just being crafty. No shot really landed from Garcia. Using his movement, using his footwork, using his jab. And once they get in close, he's pretty sneaky in there where he can roll with those shots.
Garcia plodding forward. There's a punch to the body. Ramirez missing with that uppercut, gets pushed back to the corner once more though. He's the one landing the offense there. As the clinching of Garcia is starting to frustrate Ramirez a bit, looking at his face in there.
I think it's more or less the fact that he's just in his chest and not really letting him work the way he wants to. But Ramirez needs to use his footwork like he was in the earlier rounds and move to the side and move on the ropes and be able to counter. Don't sit there with Garcia. That's what he wants.
Garcia, though, is trying to make something of the fight as he continues to push forward. And Ramirez tags him with the jab. The moment he comes forward, tags him with something.
And I think Ramirez finally got his timing, finally got more comfortable in there. I was about to say he's holding less, but there he goes holding again.
Two-punch combination there.
And that's what he needs to do, is just go ahead and counter off Garcia's punches. He's sliding him already. Go ahead and counter back.
And once again, Garcia punches there with Ramirez on the back. Ramirez answering back though. As we come to the end of the round, difficult round for both fighters. Seems that the constant clinching, the smothering is having an effect not only on Garcia but also Ramirez.
You know, when Ramirez gets some space, he can shoot. He shoots the 1-2, and it's nice and clean. But if he can just spin him around, put himself back in the middle of the rings rather than sit on the ropes, you know. Yeah, in that case, those inside punches, he's working good there. If he was to just sit back, see that 1-2? Now there he kind of smothers himself, but when he has some space, he can work very effective, and he can do that, put himself back in the middle of the ring where he's not on the ropes, letting Garcia push, hit, overhand right. You know, now it's going to count. These are the later rounds, and so I think Ralph has enough experience to pull out this fight.
Round number 4 of a scheduled 6-round fight in the super welterweight division. Rafael Ramirez using his jab, scoring points, but also not able to mount a significant amount of offense due to being smothered at times by Garcia as we're being showered by just the mountain of sweat here in the corner as Garcia putting in work to the body of Ramirez. Ramirez having to hold to stop the offensive onslaught that Garcia just put there. Ramirez trying to set the 1-2. He got it right there. But as soon as he lands something, Garcia smothering him, tying him up, attempting to not only get the rhythm of Ramirez off, but also score offense on the inside there as he threw a low blow there.
I think 2 straight shots went low for Garcia, but the ref didn't call it. And Ramirez didn't complain.
It's the 4th round. It looks like both of those guys are a little gassed a little bit, you know, but Ralphie just needs to keep on using the jab, shoot a right hand after it. He has to stop him because he's going to get inside, he's going to rough him up.
You know what, Carlos? I think that what he needs to do that's most important is to land a shot that makes Garcia respect Ramirez.
Well, Ramirez just landed a 1-2 there. As Garcia having his bull rushes nullified. He's smothering, but it's also causing him to not be able to land punches flush either.
But out of his Ramirez with 24 bouts, he only has 7 knockouts. So he's not a big puncher. I think some body shots there.
For Ramirez, they're landing 2 quality shots to the bodies just now. He follows it up with a 2-punch combination there. Garcia, though, continuing to plod forward as we come to the end of round number 4.
There's 2 more rounds in this fight, and Ramirez looks like he's gassing out. I don't want to say Garcia is more fresh, but Ramirez not looking good right now.
If we take a look at the replay here, we see both fighters exchanging combinations. Ramirez getting the better of it though, landing more. Well, Garcia just plodding forward, but he's not throwing a jab, he's not throwing anything in front of him.
No, but on the start of that clip, there were 2 solid body shots that Garcia threw, and then he goes back to the Raging Bull Garcia, just forward and forward.
Carlos, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Jake LaMotta, just Raging Bull, just going forward. The same posture, the same not giving a darn, just going forward, playing forward through Ramirez's punches.
We're going throwback boxing here at Boristeca Promotions.
Absolutely. To Ramirez's credit, every time he lets his hands go, he lands, and he lands flush. You know, it's just letting him go more often. See that little sneaky jab that he landed?
Well, that seemed to get Ramirez angry there. Those punches from Garcia to the body. Garcia now attempting to land punches there, but Ramirez being very slick, able to roll off a majority of what Garcia throws. And you took the words out of my mouth earlier, Chris. And to his credit, Rafael has a good jab. And when he does throw it, it lands. And he just landed a right hand there. Ramirez getting into a rhythm, showboating a little bit now. Lands another straight right hand, followed by 2 more punches. And a series of 3 hooks there. Not landing everything at will. Ramirez showboating the crowd here, sticking his tongue out. Seemingly in control of this fight at this point. Chris, you being a fighter that has had a long career, how tiring is it when it's constant, non-stop clinching in there in a fight?
Well, like I said earlier, if you're doing anything other than punching, in this instance wrestling, your muscles aren't used to that. You're going to get tired a lot faster than if you're just throwing your hands. So that's something that Ramirez needs to do right now. Just throw his hands. Do everything that he worked on in the gym. I guarantee you he wasn't working on this clinching. But Garcia's forcing the clinch. So it's kind of hard to tell right now at this point in the fight.
Is that a backhand there that Ramirez just trying to throw? Did you guys catch that?
I see that.
As Garcia has Ramirez back against the ropes, working to the body. Ramirez waiting for a counter punch. Lands that jab.
Garcia's loading up for the overhand right. Here he comes. Oh!
Yeah. And that's what he keeps doing. He keeps throwing it low, and a few seconds ago he threw it high. So that's his only chance that he has. He knows it, and he keeps throwing it.
So coming to the end, round number 5. Ramirez looks tired in his corner. He looks exhausted as he gives this look to his trainers there. Looking at the corner of Garcia, he looks fatigued as well, but he seems to be taking it a lot better than Ramirez. What would you like to see in this round, Carlos?
Well, I like Ralphie go back to the jab. Back to the jab, catch some little short uppercuts on the inside, but hard stuff. Because Garcia's going to come back with the overhand right. He's going to throw stuff wide, sit down, have everything a little bit shorter, but off of a solid jab just to stop him in his tracks.
Similar advice that I'd be giving right now to my fighter, Ramirez. He needs to just dig in with those short shots every time Garcia digs in.
Right there.
Digs in with his head.
As we are now in the final round of this 6-round super welterweight fight. Let's see if Ramirez can close the show and mount offense that will stop Garcia, as both of them are wrestling in the corner right now. Ramirez continuing to showboat a little bit more in front of Garcia. As Garcia throws an overhand, partially blocked there, that hook. And Ramirez doing a great job of just being able to nullify a lot of these punches, either by smothering, holding, pushing. Not allowing Garcia to get his shots in.
I really don't think any shot landed clean by Garcia. I think Ramirez is doing a good job defensively. All he needs to do is more offense. Look at that. That's beautiful. Making a guy miss, but you can't win a fight by not punching.
And there's the referee warning Ramirez once more that he cannot hit with the back of the fist. It is illegal to do that. As Garcia now panning away to the body. Ramirez landing a counter hook and clinching right away. He'll land and he'll clinch.
A good jab, right uppercut. Jab, right uppercut as he walks in.
And Garcia just keeps coming forward. Garcia's in there like a debt collector, just coming in. He wants his money. You're not going to stop him. He wants his money.
And he keeps coming forward with that Jake LaMotta style. Just keeps coming forward.
But now he's coming in with his head straight forward. Just straight.
Good body work there. Hook by Garcia, lands flush. But right away, Ramirez
landed a good shot as well, but I think Garcia's was slightly more thudding than Ramirez right there in the corner.
Right.
Ramirez sticking and moving.
Nice.
Lands it straight. Ties him up.
And just a crafty veteran, Ramirez knows how to win the fight, knows what to do.
We're now coming to the final 10 seconds of this round number 6. Ramirez gets tagged with a big overhand. Garcia working in the corner. And it's all over. Both fighters go the distance. Ramirez showing an excellent jab in there. Garcia showing a lot of heart.
They both did. Garcia with the fact that he was unable to land cleanly. Ramirez battling just conditioning right there more than anything. Every time he threw, he landed, made Garcia miss plenty. You know, it's just the long layoff.
So take a look now at the final 10 seconds of the fight. There's that big overhand that Garcia landed.
Probably the best punch of the fight.
He continues his barrage of the body. And Ramirez obliging as well. It's a good little flurry there. I think that was the most action we saw out of Ramirez in the whole fight.
Yeah, like I said, he just mainly battled the fact that his conditioning wasn't up to par with the fact that he did have a long layoff, more than 3 years. But came back strong, pretty much got this fight in the bag. You know, Garcia was the right opponent, you know, and we'll see where Ramirez takes his career to next. You know, if he decides to say, you know what, maybe this ain't for me anymore, or if he continues and looks for a big fight.
We hear Garcia acknowledging the crowd. He's getting applauses as both fighters embrace right there. Fans here at the Salon Mezzanine showing their support for the Mexican fighter. So go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer Pablo Flores to read the judge's decision.
Damas y caballeros, este combate se ha ido a la distancia de 6 rounds, por lo tanto tenemos la decisión de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. El juez, Judge Carlos de la Rocha, scores it 57-56, 57-56. Carlos Flores y Max Zúñiga coinciden tarjetas 58-55. Both judges have the same scores of 58-55. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, Rafael Ramirez. Improving his
professional record to 19-4-2. though getting some boos here from the crowd at the Salon Mezzanine. Many acknowledging the work rate that Manuel Garcia had in this fight. Ramirez has a contingent of fans here as well, showing and cheering for him, displaying and voicing out their support of the fighter from San Diego. And fight fans, we're now moving into the co-main event of the evening. It's a 6-round tilt in the super lightweight division, 140 pounds. Alejandro Castañeda against Ricardo Valdovinos.
Yeah, Marcos, and this was the fight that I was kind of most excited about. You know, Ricardo Valdovinos looking for a tough opponent, called out Alejandro Castañeda, and we'll see if he made the right choice. You know, Alejandro Castañeda is a tough opponent, and we'll see what he brings tonight.
It's very rare for a guy at 5-0 to just call people out and actually get the fight at this level. Usually, you know, they're in a building phase. Their management or their coach is just putting opponent and opponent on them, just give different looks. But props to him for going in and selecting an opponent like this. As we see Alejandro Castañeda making his way to the ring right now. All business is Castañeda, acknowledging the fans here at the Salon Mezzanine. Not far from here, as he hails from Rosarito, Baja California, Tijuana. Excuse me, Rosarito, Baja California. As we await now, 5-0, Ricardo Valdovinos from San Diego, California.
And a quick side note, Marcos, looking at Alejandro Castañeda, he looks a lot better than he did when we saw him at the beginning of the year against Armando Tovar. He looked a little bit fluffy. Today he looks more focused.
Well, hold on, Doc. Hold on.
Shape.
Hold on. We haven't seen him without his shirt off.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
I believe you're right.
Hold on. Jump the gun there a little bit.
Let me go back and say, just
pump the brakes there, kid.
Just the focus of Alejandro Castañeda tonight.
That's right. He does look a lot more focused.
You know, ready for this fight.
As finally, Ricardo Valdovinos makes his way to the ring. lot of fans here in attendance making their way over from San Diego, which is about a half an hour from the Salon Mezzanine here in Tijuana, to show their support for Valdovinos. As you see there on his robe, the English translation of bendecido means blessed, as he's blessed so far to have a 5-0 record. Perfect at this point in his young career. Let's go ahead and take it up to Pablo Flores to make this fight official.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening. Set for 6 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Este es el combate coestelar de esta noche, pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso super ligero. Presented by Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with BIB, the best in boxing. Your 3 judges scoring this bout in ringside. Sus 3 jueces, Antonio Villegas, Max Zúñiga y Carlos Flores. And when the action begins, your 3rd man, el tercero en la superficie, Jesús Soto. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold and white. His official weight, 140 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo de color negro con dorado y blanco, con un peso de 140 libras. Representando Rosarito, Baja California, México, Alejandro, el coreano Castañeda. And his opponent across the ring is standing in the red corner, wearing red trunks with black and white. His official weight, 140 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo de color rojo con negro y blanco, con un peso idéntico de 140 libras. Representing Sweet Science Boxing Gym, San Diego, California, USA. The blessed Ricardo Valdovinos.
Señores, ya saben las reglas de la pelea, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, tengan cuidado con los golpes de la cabeza, los golpes de la nuca son prohibidos, igual que espalda y conejo. Choquen guantes. Suerte.
Here we go, co-main event of the evening. 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Ricardo Valdovinos, the red trucks with black trim, going up against Alejandro Castañeda in the black trunks with gold trim. Big shot there being landed.
Yeah, Valdovinos came out aggressive, showing Castañeda he means business. But like I said earlier, Castañeda looks determined, and you made the point that he still had his shirt on, and Marcos, he looks a little less fluffy than he did his last outing. But I mean, that's not always the telling of the fight and what's going to happen.
Don't underestimate the power of the fluffiness.
Absolutely.
Fluffiness can be dangerous.
There you go.
Valdovinos throwing out that sharp jab just moments ago.
Yeah, not to mention that hard right hand.
No, he gets tagged right there by a 2-punch combination. Sorry about that, Chris.
You know when we fought him with Armando Tovar, he has a sneaky left hook. And right now he connected on Ricardo. So Ricardo has to keep that hand up, stay off of a jab, and just be careful with that left hook because he comes. And he ain't gonna go away.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a gritty fighter from what we saw last time. Strong, And he lands that left hook like you just mentioned, Carlos.
High work rate so far from Castañeda. Though he's eaten some big shots from Valdovinos so far.
You know what I like about Ricardo? You know, he's been in the gym sparring with Armando Tovar and some of the guys at the gym. He really likes to work inside, and he's really clean on the inside too. So let's watch that today and see if he can get it done today with that inside work.
Well, he's right here now on the inside. Let's see if he's able to throw any sort of punches as Castañeda landing with the hook right there. And an uppercut.
So far, good back and forth action. You can't really dictate a winner yet. They're both landing their shots. You know, makes for an exciting fight.
With Valdovinos being the naturally taller fighter, longer reach, he's going to want to maintain his distance and try to stop Castañeda from coming forward like that. So he lands a lunging jab there.
You know what? I think the fight's going to be made at the end of the fight, maybe the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th round. Right now, Ricardo likes the inside work, but it's going to go down. It's going to go down in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round to see who has the better condition. With Ricardo, did he have trouble making 140? And you talked about Castañeda. He looks good. Maybe he hadn't losing a lot. So with that inside work, it might go down to the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th round. See who has more gas in the tank at the end of the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. That's going to play dividends into who's going to win this type of fight, because in the first round, it was difficult to choose a winner the way they were fighting. It was back and forth action, and who knows who can carry that pace longer in the 4th and 5th and 6th round.
Exactly, because let's remember, guys, that Ricardo called out Castañeda. He wants to make a statement that, you know what, I'm coming, Castañeda's in my way, I'm coming, I'm going to knock this guy out, and I'm going to make a great wow factor statement tonight.
And props to Valdovinos for calling him out.
Exactly.
And knowing the fact that Castañeda is a very tough customer.
And as soon as you say that, out comes Castañeda. High volume punching from him.
See, I told you that left hook, he has to keep the hand high, or he has to roll underneath. That left hook was a situation that we had to accomplish. We had to take over in that fight, but that left hook was giving us trouble.
Like you said, it's a very sneaky left hook. It doesn't come with too much speed, and I think the moderation in the speed tends to make you overlook it. You think it's not going to land, and it lands. And that was a blatant headbutt by Castañeda, missed by the ref.
Castañeda having success in this round on the inside, mixing up his attack, landing uppercuts and hooks. But a straight right hand and a hook by Valdovinos. But that doesn't keep Castañeda away. He keeps coming forward. And another hook by Valdovinos. Now that body work that you mentioned, Carlos, now coming into play by him.
Yeah. Okay, but look, Ricardo, when he was at our gym, he loves that inside work. He just has to hold that pace because we're barely in the 2nd round. He has to hold because that's going to be a fast pace. You're going to have Castañeda laying on you, throwing wide punches, and the output right now, and he's having some success, I told you.
These punches are landing flush on the jawline of Castaneda. And though it's early in the round, you got to imagine if we're coming into the 5th and 6th round, he's not going to be wanting to take those punches.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think what you said at the beginning, Carlos, was the fact that Valdovinos likes to fight on the inside, and you could see it. The way he's able to land his shots perfect on Castañeda's body, on his chin when he decides to throw up top. But I think what's going to pay the most dividend is the fact that he's going to the body.
Valdovinos throwing everything in his punches. Almost taking a slip there from a missed hook. Both doing good work on the inside here. Castañeda having a lot of success with an uppercut that he sneaks in there when he is on the inside. There it is again, he lands it. A little tap there and an uppercut. So coming to the end of round number 2.
You know, in the first round and in the second round, Ricardo's having some success. Working inside, then he has a little half step to the right and he fully extends the right hand. If he can use that shot, I think he'll be effective and he'll get him later on in the round. But Ricardo's with that little side step. He used a little side step.
A headbutt right there from Castañeda. Blatant headbutt. Referee missed it. Should be warned for that as he lands an uppercut there and misses that straight.
And kudos to Valdovinos for not complaining about the vicious, blatant headbutt by Castañeda.
No, Ricardo's a soldier.
I was going to say, that should have been a point deduction. And that could have been a point deduction.
It could have been a point deduction maybe if Valdovinos kind of would have complained a little bit to the ref. But he took it like a champ. This is a fight.
Exactly.
And that's what he's here for.
As we start round number 3 now, Castañeda. He's like Old Faithful, you know, he's just going to keep coming forward and throwing punches.
Right hand, told you.
Lands flush on his face, too.
That's something that he was throwing in the first round, but now he's getting closer with it in the third round.
You know, the Castañeda's, even though there is a speed discrepancy between the two fighters, and you can see his punches coming, he somehow is able to land those punches.
One thing that is often said in boxing, might be more of a cliche, is the fact that timing beats speed. You know, if you look at Mayweather, he's not the fastest fighter, but he just has the most impeccable timing. He's able to time you, and that's what Castañeda is doing right now. And I'm not calling him Mayweather, but I am saying that he's got very good timing.
As Valdovinos forcing to fight Castañeda on the inside to just keep him off of him. It's a very grueling pace to a fight to have a guy like that, not only in front of your face, but just throwing a high volume of punches with many of them connecting, as Castaneda has been sneaking in that uppercut, and he does it again.
And we'll go back to what Carlos said earlier. This fight is going to be played out in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round. The way Castañeda is going right now, he seems to be having the worst end of this fight.
The corner of Castañeda imploring him to move his waist. He just smiled at them, telling them, yeah, I got it, don't worry.
And he shows him that he does. He comes back with a 3-punch combination.
I like the shots that Ricardo are throwing into the mouth of the stomach. He hit him twice there. He picked up Castañeda off of the ground a little bit, but I think the more effective shot is the mouth of the stomach shot, inside, instead of coming around behind the corner, behind the elbow. It's that inside little right uppercut, stab him right in the mouth of the stomach.
Now, I know you mentioned that you've seen him work a lot in the gym, Carlos. I'm seeing him as the naturally taller and longer fighter. Why doesn't he just use his reach and jab and just move?
I think he needs to do that, but I think he's taking his emotions to do a statement, and that's where he feels comfortable. But that straight right hand, when you get some room, a straight right hand is working effectively. But he likes that inside stuff. What is it called? Mexican style?
Mexican style.
To complete now 3 rounds. If you're in the corner of Castañeda, Carlos, what do you tell him? What does he need to do to win or pull out a win here?
We're going into the 4th round. Just keep the pressure, work the body. And don't give Ricardo any room. Just stay in his chest because those are going to be, this is the fight now. This is the fight.
We see here replay the
There's
action.
that right hand.
Yeah, there's that right hand that you were talking about. Work on the inside. A lot of which has been happening here in this fight.
See, that's the little shot. Ricardo needs those shots on the inside because it's having Castañeda hop off the ground. But now the fight starts, guys. Now, who wants it more? Last 3 rounds. This is the fight.
From a fighter's perspective, I feel that Castañeda seemed a little bit more tired than Valdovinos, but that's just my eye and what I see as a fighter. The body language, the way he's posturing on the inside. Valdovinos seems more fresh to me.
And Castaneda just taking anything that'll come to him. Any punches that'll score, he's going to go ahead and take it. Valdovinos, though, doing good work on the inside, though. He got caught with the uppercut a few moments ago. Turns around Castañeda. Castañeda holding on to his arm.
That's exactly what Chris was saying. Now he's holding on to take that deep breath. And Junior looks like he's turning on. He got a second win now. He looks good from that outside. If he was a jab, take a step right back and throw the right hand.
Castañeda, his pace slowing down just a little bit. Not as quick, not as much volume as before.
Like you said earlier, though, Carlos, he likes to fight on the inside, and it's just difficult to do something that you don't like to do in the boxing ring. I mean, this guy likes to fight. He likes to please the crowd. He's winning the fight doing both either way, so why not doing what you love to do? Fight on the inside.
And maybe that was their game plan from the start. Maybe they didn't practice the outside stuff. They thought they could be more effective on the inside. If he was on the outside, they thought maybe with those wide shots he can get clipped. So
and he almost got clipped right there with that punch. He needs to be careful there.
He has to move his head on the inside. There we go, rocking it back and forth to one side or the other. He can't stay in the middle. Right hand.
Castañeda keeping that hand dangerously low. And if he keeps doing that, he's going to get countered.
All right, real quick, guys. Props to the chin of Castañeda, because that was a brutal left hook landed by Valdovinos. Did not move.
Yeah, and he ate an uppercut just right there.
I think where this would pay off for Valdovinos is going to the body. This guy could take a great shot to the chin. There he goes again.
Castañeda looking more and more fatigued now. We're coming to the last 30 seconds of round number 4. Valdovinos scoring. But Castañeda, though, doing his fair share of work in there as well. There's that work to the body right there. And an uppercut. Step back, rocks the uppercut.
I think he might have heard a little bit of instruction from Mr. Carlos Barragán.
2 punches right there, flush on the chin of Castañeda. And it has no effect on him. What a chin on this kid.
Now take notice, guys. Ricardo is standing up. He's standing up. There's 2 more rounds.
He hasn't taken a seat.
As we go to the replay here, exchange of punches between both fighters. Valdovinos against the ropes, though, but digging into the body. And though Castañeda has landed punches, Valdovinos, at this point, there's just that much more on his shots. They're sharper, they're more powerful than Castañeda's. Castañeda's right now breathing very hard. It's taking a toll on him.
Chris pointed out his body language looks more fatigued, and in the corner he was bent over. He looked like he was gassed. So, Ricardo still looks fresh. He's coming. So we'll see. These are the last 2 rounds, guys.
Round number 5, and a scheduled 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Ricardo Valdovinos putting his undefeated record on the line, 5-0 against Alejandro Castañeda, who's 3-1, who's eaten the best shots that Valdovinos has thrown at him and has continued to not only stay in the fight, but come forward.
I like that distance for Ricardo right now where he's at. If he can counter Castañeda's jab over the top.
Yeah, I was wondering that why didn't he do that from the very beginning? Seeing that he's a lot taller and has a lot longer reach, it certainly would have made for a lot safer game plan for him. But like you mentioned, maybe the plan was, and down goes Castañeda!
And where did that come from? The distance that he was at there.
You're right, Carlos. It's the distance he was able to create and just fooled him. I think he faked the jab and came over with the left hook.
Now let's see if Valdovinos can close the show. If he can put on the pressure and put out Alejandro Castañeda.
If he can change speeds, if he can throw the jab, half step back, throw the right hand right when he walks in.
Though it seems he took his foot off the gas a little bit. Surprised he's not pressuring, trying to take out Castañeda.
I think it was more of a flash knockdown. You could tell that Castañeda's legs are there, you know, and Valdovinos senses it. You know, he has the round 1 already, so it's okay. Play it safe. Try to land that same shot again from the outside, just like he did the first time.
Valdovinos now boxing, now using his reach. Not fighting the same fight that he was in the last few rounds. So lands another counter hook. Castañeda has to be extremely careful now. He's already been down because of that. He does not want to go down again. His corner imploring him to throw an overhand right. Though Valdovinos doing a good job throwing his jab out there, pushing Castañeda back.
And with a good stiff jab.
And another one.
There's that jab again. Excellent.
So we come down to the final 10 seconds of round number 5. Valdovinos seemingly in control of the fight now, scoring a knockdown earlier in this round. And ahead on the scorecards because of it. There has to be urgency now in the corner of Castañeda. Chris, you're down. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a replay of the knockdown here, Chris. Tell us what happened here.
Well, like Carlos was saying earlier, he was setting him up from a distance. And right here with the jab, and then boom, with the left hook. Setting it up with the jab. So when Carlos comes out, when Ricardo comes out in this round, he needs to remember how he got that knockdown. Setting it up behind the jab.
Yeah, I'm impressed first off by the chin of Castañeda. That was a flush shot. Flush counter shot.
And he bounced right back.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he was too affected by it.
Has his legs under him. It just goes to show the conditioning and the effort that he's put towards this fight.
Here we go, the final round in a very entertaining fight between Ricardo Valdovinos and Alejandro Castañeda. Let's see if Valdovinos can close the show. Knock down Castañeda in the 5th round, but Castañeda, there's still life in him.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I know that Valdovinos knows, that Castañeda is a game fighter. He trained hard for this fight, you know, because he knew Castañeda was going to be there all night, just the way he is.
Valdovinos now, though, seems that he's like boxing him now, as opposed to just working on the inside like he was in the earlier rounds.
I think he remembers what he did in that 5th round, you know, keeping that distance. He landed a couple jabs already, Couple uppercuts on the inside. See what he does right now. There he goes, right to the outside game.
Good body shot by Castañeda just right now.
Seems as Castañeda got a little burst of energy.
Oh, flurry of punches there by Castañeda. And a headbutt again. That's the second time that's happened in the fight. The referee's going to give him a second warning. Though he didn't catch the first headbutt. Castañeda seemingly frustrated now, knowing that the fight's slipping away from him.
Yeah, if the ref would have caught the first headbutt, this headbutt here would have definitely been a point. Put Castañeda even more far behind in the scorecards.
Castañeda, though, still a live dog in this. He's still landing punches, though.
Absolutely, Marcos. That was never in question from the beginning. And he showed it even more after getting up off the canvas and just fighting the way he's fighting.
I was going to say, though he is outgunned at this point as well, it's seemingly obvious that Valdovinos is the technically better fighter. Has landed the cleaner punches. And there goes, lands a hook. Once more, Castañeda's been getting caught by that punch the whole night, Carlos.
Because Castañeda, he lacks defense, but what he is, he's gritty. He comes forward. He makes you work all the part of the round. And just like that, if you don't have your hands up, he's going to clip you.
That was a monster hook that just landed a few moments ago. Valdovinos showing that he has a chin as well, and blood's coming out of the lip now.
Probably came from the headbutt. Ricardo needs to get some space in between them. Now work off a jab, straight right hand, and then shoot the left hook again.
And there's that right uppercut to the pit of the stomach like you were asking for earlier, Carlos.
Oh, there we go.
And that hook once again lands for Valdovinos, but Castañeda.
But Castañeda's using that head. It's dangerous in there, see? But Ricardo puts to the elbow, gets some space.
And though he's been down in the round, Castañeda does have a solid chin. Ate that shot flush. Able to stand his ground, not get knocked down. As I think we went over the time in this round. Truck telling us that.
Now come back with the.
No, I'm sure that the audience doesn't mind. This has been probably the best fight of the night so far.
A double hook there by Valdovinos bothered Castañeda. The corner now imploring to the ref that it's been 4 minutes. This is a first. I guess we're fighting under MMA rules right now, right? 5 minute round almost. And we finally
get
the signal for the 10-second warning of this final round.
Well, the ref should stop the round because the tape is.
And another hook lands there. And you're right, the referee should have indicated to the officials, to the commission.
He needed to take control of that round.
We come now to the close of our co-main event. Ricardo Valdovinos putting on a strong showing here tonight at the Salon Mezzanine, knocking down Alejandro Castañeda, but Castañeda getting frustrated, headbutting Valdovinos twice, one of which was caught by the referee. Just get frustrated, but you are a professional. You should be able to maintain your cool and not act out in that way.
Yes, it's easy to say, you know, control your emotions, Marcos, but at the end of the day, it's a fight. So when you're in there, I don't want to say anything goes because there are rules, but sometimes your emotions win over your actions.
And you could go Mike Tyson, you could go Victor Ortiz, all the big names. You know, the emotions have taken over, and at the end of the day, like Chris said, I'll piggyback off of that. It is the fight game, so you have to protect yourselves, and you have to protect yourself at all times, and sometimes get dog mean, like we call it in the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw the anger and displeasure in Valdovinos when Castañeda headbutted him for the second time. I think the first one he shrugged it off, but the second time he wasn't having it. But nonetheless, to me, this fight of the night so far.
Exactly.
You know,
As we now await the judge's decision, though scoring the knockdown, we could assume that Valdovinos will be announced the winner. Solid performance by both fighters, though. And we'll see if Valdovinos keeps his own. Let's go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer, Pablo Flores, for the decision.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge, el juez Carlos Flores scores it 58-54. Max Zúñiga has it 59-54, 59-54. Antonio Villegas scores the bout 58-55, 58-55. For your winner, by the way, of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, and still undefeated from San Diego, California, the blessed Ricardo Valdovinos.
We are here with your winner, still undefeated, now 6-0. Ricardo, a good performance here. You in there. How happy are you with the way you boxed?
First and foremost, let me give thanks to God, because without him, nothing is possible. And everybody that came out tonight, the support, and especially Team Bless. Team Bless, where y'all at?
The fight ended up being a little bit rough. He did headbutt you on 2 occasions. What'd you make about that, and how were you able to keep your cool in there?
Oh, we knew what we were coming to. We acted this fight. We ended this fight. We knew he was tough. We knew he was kind of awkward, but I guess that's a sport, you know? You can't complain. You got to keep going.
You were able to knock him down in the 5th round. Explain to me, what did you see in there that set up that knockdown, and did you think you could put him away?
Oh, I closed my eyes when I threw that shot. Nah, I was playing. I turned on the angle, and I hit him with the left hook right to the chin, and that caught the case right there. I knew he was tough. I didn't know if he could get up or not, but he did, though.
Well, Ricardo, now you move on to 6-0, bigger and better things. Congratulations and a great performance here tonight.
Who do you have that you're grooming towards being a world champion? What do you think?
Right now, we're hoping, we're working really hard with Mario Ramirez. He's 19 years old, he's so young, but we think in the next 2-3 years, he'll be with at least 25-30 professional fights. He already has 9 fights so far. And then what I see of him is he has a lot of discipline. He works hard in the gym. He's not the typical Mexican fighter that he just go forward and throw punches and go one-on-one with the fighters. He's more like a technical fighter. He knows how to move. He uses angles. He's defensive. You know, he reminds me a little bit of Juan Manuel Marquez and those kind of fighters. So being that he's that young and he's already have those kind of skills, I think he can develop to become something solid in the future, a solid fighter.
What are the steps in order to take him from 0-0 at his debut at 18 to being a world champion? What are the steps that you see from him?
Okay, it's a process. You know, in boxing, you got to have a process. You got to go up the ranks. You know, you got to be a 4-rounder, 6-rounder, 8-rounder. So right now, he's at the developing process. I got him when he was 0-1, 17 years old. Now he's 8-1. So he has 8 consecutive victories. I think tomorrow fight is going to be very important. It's going to be a little test for him to fight someone that has a lot of experience to see if he's up to the next level. And maybe next year he'll be an 8-round fighter. And hopefully the year after that, then we can get him a regional title. So we can put him in the ranks to have a shot for a world title. So that would be the process for him.
And here we go, folks. We are now at the main event of the evening here at the Salon Mezzanine in Tijuana, Mexico. The man you see right there on your screen, Alfredo Pita of Tijuana, the hometown kid, coming into this fight 4-9-1, going up against Mario Güero Ramirez, who sports an 8-1 record, coming out to 7 Nation Army. No, it's not Gennady Golovkin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Set for 6 rounds of boxing for the Mexican Boxing Association Super Featherweight Championship. Damas y caballeros, este es el combate estelar de esta noche. Pactado 6 rounds por el campeonato de la Asociación Mexicana de Boxeo de Peso Super Pluma, presentado por Boristeca Boxing Promotions en asociación con BIB, The Best in Boxing, y Mijo Management, The King of San Diego. Introducing to you first the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing brown trunks with gold trim. He's official weight 130 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo café, con vivos en dorado, con un peso de 130 libras, representando Tijuana, Baja California. Damas y caballeros, el campeón de peso superpluma de la Asociación Mexicana de Boxeo, Alfredo, el cazador Pita. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing white trunks with blue trim. His official weight, 130 pounds. Y su contrincante en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo color blanco con azul, con un peso idéntico de 130 libras, representando Camalú, Ensenada, Baja California, México. Mario, el Güero Ramírez. Y ahora sí, damas y caballeros que nos acompañan, ajusten sus cinturones.
Señores, ya conocen las reglas del combate, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, te hago con la cabeza, los golpes de la nuca. Espalda y conejo son prohibidos. No quiero ninguno. Choquen guantes.
Here we go, fight fans, our main event of the evening. Mario Güero Ramirez, 8-1. The white shorts with blue trim going up against Alfredo Pitta of Tijuana, Baja California in the brown shorts with gold trim. Ramirez sporting a record of 8-1. Lost his debut fight to a fighter that's familiar to us over here at Boristeca and Best in Boxing, Armando Tovar. Tough assignment for your very first fight, right, Carlos?
But they discovered Güero Ramirez with that, so he hasn't left. But he is developing well. His last fight, shot that guy with a body shot and stopped him, so he's developing good. He's on an 8-win winning streak, so he's going to get working for a title tonight.
And Ramirez, not your typical Mexican-style fighter. Likes to move a lot, likes to use his feet. Moves in and out. Good style to have, I feel. But what do you make of the style, Chris?
I think right now he's not showing much, but he's just keeping his distance, and that's what you want to do in the first round. You want to feel out your opponent. You definitely don't want to get caught cold. We'll see what he does further as the fight goes further, but right now he's just doing the right thing, keeping his composure, staying back, using his jab, using his height more than anything. So
Pita does look a little bigger than him, doesn't he? His arms are bigger. He looks a little bit more muscular than Ramirez.
Yeah, a little bit. His frame's a little bit thicker than Güero. But Ramirez, so far, being elusive to the punches of Alfredo Pita. Like I mentioned, Ramirez coming from a small town in Mexico named Camalú, has a solid fan base there as they follow him on buses all the way over here, making the trek that is a few hours to get here to Tijuana at the salon. He's had a few fights here at the Best in Boxing series, so he's developing quite a fan base here as well.
And so far, guys, Alfredo Pita seems game. He's very composed. Landed just a short left hook right now to Ramirez's dome. So this is a competitive fight.
And his guard is high. Looks pretty good.
You know, like Marcos, you mentioned earlier, sometimes records can be deceiving, and this 4-9 record just might be misrepresented. You know, been fed to the wolves quite often. It happens when you lose a fight in boxing. Right away, you're considered no good, and they keep feeding you to the top opponents. You know, until one day, you know, Pita might land that right opponent. Hopefully tonight for Mario Ramirez, it ain't him.
An obvious feeling out round between both fighters there. Expect the pace to pick up a little bit coming into round number 2. Like you mentioned, sometimes records can be deceiving in boxing. And when you mention that, I think of a guy like Orlando Salido, He's had so many fights, has a good amount of losses, but he's considered an elite fighter and an elite person in his division despite the record that he has.
Of course, you know, the fact that he puts on great fights, he's still a world caliber fighter. You know, I believe, I want to say it's 42-13, you know, it's not a record the fans go all about, but when you know Orlando Salido's fighting, you know you're in for a good fight.
Oh, we got a fight right in front of us over here as we begin round number 2. Ramirez using his jab there. Probing, throwing a hook as well. Pita having a hard guard, doing well to block a lot of the punches that Ramirez is throwing. So Ramirez doing a great job of controlling the space in the ring. So Pita lands a clean shot there, a little small hook, followed up by a jab.
And like Carlos said earlier, Pita has a good jab. You know, he's got a good base, good fundamentals, man. I wish I could see those 9 losses and who do they come to?
Pita doing solid work to the body now. Ramirez attempting to mount some sort of offense against Pita, mixing up his punches, looking for openings in Pita's high guard. Pita, at this point, very composed, doing a very good job of blocking the majority of the shots that Ramirez has thrown at him. And lands a straight right hand right there.
If you're seeing both of these fighters and you're not looking at the records, you would say the guy that is 8-1 is Alfredo Pita and Mario Ramirez 4-9, because Ramirez right now is not really showing much, you know, and the fact is that he's being controlled by Alfredo Pita at this moment.
Good counter shot there by Pita. As Ramirez attempted to throw at the body. Ramirez now the one pushing. Just land some sort of offense here that'll at least open up the guard or can get past the high guard of Pita. Good body shot there by Ramirez.
And that's what he needs to do more, Ramirez, to open up that guard of Alfredo Pita.
Target the body, the head will fall. As the corner of Ramirez, they're imploring him to start mixing it up to the body. Carlos, you're in that corner. What are you telling him? Are you telling him to work the body or are you telling him to do other things?
You have to work the body. You establish your jab, you work the body, but you establish your jab. Be more patient because it looks like Ramirez is jumping way too much. And Pita's just walking you down. But you know what's I'm noticing is Ramirez, I don't know if his mouthpiece is too big, but his mouth is really wide, it's not closed. And he better close that thing because it's just a matter of time till Pita tries to come over top with a clean right hand. But watch his mouthpiece. He doesn't close his mouth in the fight.
I see that right now, as you mentioned that, Carlos, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a double-sided mouthpiece, one of those double ones. So, as a pro, I've never been a fan of them. As an amateur, never been a fan of them. I tried it once, definitely didn't like it. Doesn't let you breathe correctly. And I think you might be right. His mouth is wide open. It's not a good sign early on in the fight.
Pita doing a good job of landing jabs to the body of Ramirez. Ramirez throws a 1-2, but it was blocked by that high guard of Alfredo Pita. Jab for jab right now between both contestants. Good hook there, but it was blocked. You see the difference in the power between the two guys. When Ramirez throws a shot to the body, you can really hear it. He throws all his weight into it.
Yeah, Marcos, definitely, you're right on that part, but I like the little things that Alfredo Pita is doing. I think, to me, he's controlling the fight. He's landing little subtle shots, just making Mario Ramirez uncomfortable in there.
Both fighters exchanging punches there. Pita inching forward, flicking that jab, forcing Ramirez to reset. And he has to be careful there. He did drop his hands down a little bit when he was exchanging with Ramirez.
I think Ramirez found a little bit of success punching in between Pita's combinations, hitting him right in the center of the stomach.
But he has that success when he's sitting down nice and clean, rather than jumping and jumping and jumping. When he sits there and he plants his feet and he's able to shoot a jab, some nice solid punches off of a good stand position, that's when he's effective.
Yeah, you're right. He, just like you mentioned earlier, he is a little bit jumpy, a little jittery.
See, but from right there, a good solid jab.
In that case there, he should have started with the jab instead of the left hook. And there he goes again, left hook first. Easily read by Pita.
Good straight hand there. Ramirez, though, lands a flurry. The final 10 seconds now. The crowd trying to get behind Ramirez to come to the close of round number 2.
You know, at the end of that round, Ramirez showed some good waist movement. He showed some good defensive movement, and that's going to be effective going down to the end of the fight.
We see a replay now of a nice little exchange by both fighters. Pita throwing an uppercut.
See, but look at
Ramirez with that flurry.
He's got some really good speed on the inside, and if you watch at the start of this, he pushes his head in to crowd him. He pulls it back out. He's changing the distance on the inside, and that's pretty impressive for Ramirez. He's got some good speed on him.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that he might have over Alfredo Pita right now, and he needs to use it. He needs to use that speed.
But Pita has some good stuff, but he needs to pick up the pace.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's digging himself in a hole. We're in the 4th round, and if he doesn't pick it up, he's gonna. I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Unofficially, Carlos, how do you have the fight scored so far?
Well, I got Ramirez leading because of the inactivity of Pita going into the 4th round.
Chris, do you share that same opinion, or do you feel that Pita has been edging Ramirez?
No, Marcos, I actually have Pita winning the first 3 rounds. You know, just doing things like he just did right there. He caught Ramirez's shot and he just bounced right back. I mean, landing just clean shots. I know that, like Carlos said, he's a little bit inactive, but Ramirez is not really showing me much and not really landing much either.
You never know how these scorecards are going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We might get 3 different scorecards. Who knows?
Ramirez landed a quality shot to the body there of Pita.
You know, guys, in a big change of pace, we had such an exciting fight in the co-main event, and you get the sweet silence, and you hear the crowd kind of dwindle a little bit, but doesn't take anything away from this fight. This is a good fight.
Ramirez there with 3 jabs and tries to break the guard, partially lands it straight.
See,
Pita, though, answers back, though, right there.
That's a perfect example. He pushes him to the ropes, and he stops, and he pulls back. He should stay on him. He should stay more busy. If he has Ramirez on the ropes, he has to take advantage of that situation.
No, I agree, Carlos. I agree with what you said, that for your taste, he's just not active enough. I get that. You know, Ramirez is throwing a lot of shots, but in my opinion, he's missing a lot, and they're being caught by Pita. And this is why it's an objective sport, right? Everybody sees something different and sees what they like.
Well, Ramirez didn't see that hook that Pita just landed right on his chin. As we come now, 30 seconds left in round number 4.
And
Pita pressing
Pita
forward.
feels that he hurt him, so he's pushing the pace a little bit more right here at the end of the round.
Mixing it up top to the bottom, but Ramirez answering back with a combination of his own.
And that speed that Carlos was talking about earlier.
So he lunges there with the left hook. As round number 4 is complete, just 2 rounds left in our main event of the night. You take a look at the corner of Mario Ramirez. Guero. Carlos, what do you tell him in there?
I would just say stick with the jab, stick with the jab, stick with the jab, because Pita has to pick up the pace this closing fight. Stick with the jab, shoot the body shot, take a little side step out, and just box safe on it. And then, because I think we are fighting for a belt, correct, fellas? Yeah, we're fighting for a belt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You take a look at a replay here now, Chris. Combinations being landed by Ramirez.
And that's the good thing that Ramirez is doing. He gets hit with a shot and he finishes the actual combination with pushing Pita back.
Say hit first and hit last.
Exactly.
Good strategy right there.
Let's begin round number 5.
Another thing that I like what Pita is doing is just the calmness. I know that Carlos wants more activity, wants more action, but in my opinion, Alfredo Pita is controlling this fight simply with his jab, his ring generalship, and he has Ramirez guessing.
And Pita's done a good job of mixing his jab to the head of Ramirez, but also to the body. But Ramirez answering back with a 3-punch combination, though a lot of those punches were blocked by Pita. Beautiful 4-punch combination there from Ramirez.
And there he goes, doing what he needs to do. He needs to let his hands go, use that speed that we all know he has the advantage of over Pita.
Pita now using his footwork a little bit more. As usually, Ramirez is able to use his speed and his footwork quite easily against his opponents. Having a little bit of trouble in there with Pita. And like we mentioned before, records are extremely deceiving when it comes to a lot of these opponents that come here from Mexico. Pita tonight not fighting like a guy who's 4-9-1.
No, absolutely not. This is a very competitive bout. Ramirez showing why he's 8-1 right now, picking it up, throwing fast combinations. Up to this point, I have him winning this round.
But those fights, 4-9-1, Pita's getting experience. It's not like, you know, he's learning along the way. And like you said earlier, with an 8-1 guy that maybe has not fought stronger competition, Pita's showing his little experience along the way.
Yeah, Pita's fought definitely much better opposition than Ramirez.
And if he keeps up that activity, keeps up that pressure going into the 6th round, you know.
Yeah, you can definitely put an exclamation point on this fight, Ken Pita.
Pita misses a 1-2 combination right there. Martinez slips by it. Excuse me, Ramirez. I'd like to see more volume from Ramirez as he eats a combination there, but responds with a combination of his own. Just want to see him throw more punches.
Yeah, Marcos, you're absolutely right, but it's just the timing of Pita that's throwing him off. It's that jab that he keeps peppering him with. It's just different things that Pita's able to do with more experience, finding the better opposition, you know? Right now, the only advantage that Ramirez has is that quickness, that youth, you know, but Pita's using his experience right now to, in my opinion, take over this bout.
Nope. Going into the 6th round, Pita looks stronger. He looks physically stronger.
I'll agree with that, Carlos.
So what do you tell Pita in that corner? He could have some rounds in there. If he wins this round, you can conceivably say he could maybe eke out a draw. What do you tell him?
Well, me personally, I would set him to go run over Ramirez.
You take a look at the replay right here.
Because going into the late rounds, he looks stronger physically.
Yeah, Carlos, I think he does look stronger. That'd be good advice to go run him over. Mainly because we all know he's not going to get this decision. being the underdog that he is being scrutinized for everything that he does as far as his inactivity. Even though he's landing clean shots, he's inactive. Ramirez throwing flashy shots.
Here we go, the 6th and final round between Mario Ramirez and Alfredo Pita, as both fighters exchanging now in the middle of the ring. Oh, overhand right lands by Pita. And Ramirez comes forward and lands punches of his own. Hey, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. I'm gonna hit you twice as hard and twice as much. Good hook there by Ramirez. The ref calls a break. The corner of Ramirez going to tie his shoes as his shoelaces have become loose.
Pita cannot let Ramirez back him up.
Pita been fairly consistent with that jab. It has worked out with him for a majority of this fight, but I do see him slowing down a bit as he got hit with a big hook to the body just now.
And Ramirez showing here why he's 8-1 once again. Throwing beautiful combinations. Good shot to the body.
It seems like a sense of urgency now, or maybe he got a second wind.
I definitely see that, Marcos.
So lands a sneaky little uppercut just now. The ref covered up the shot.
That sense of urgency is something that you want to see from a young fighter, you know, that he does have resistance in a tough fight.
As the crowd now getting behind Ramirez, chanting well. Both fighters landing punches there. Pita saying, no, hey, bring it, I can take your punch. And that is ruled a slip. The crowd, though, up on their feet, hoping to get a knockdown here in this final round.
I think it was a low blow that he called.
Yeah.
Ref warning Ramirez now. Nice 1-2 there. Doesn't seem to stun Ramirez. Pita lands 2 jabs, continues it, misses that hook. Ramirez now going on the offensive. Pita wisely tying him up.
And this is the kind of fight that Ramirez needs to develop himself into a good little prospect. Good stuff like this. He showed boxing skills, he showed speed, and now he's showing grit to fight down and go after him.
Yeah, he faced a little bit of adversity at the beginning, and he closed the show.
Good job.
That's all over, folks. 6 rounds in the bank. Ramirez and Pita putting it all on the line there in that final 10 seconds of the round. Pita giving a solid showing in there tonight, fighting better than what many had expected him to fight. As both fighters now awaiting the decision. Carlos, Chris, who do you guys give the nod to?
Well, the way I saw it, it was a close, competitive fight. You know, if you're gonna ask me, my preference, I slightly edge it to Pita. But here we can see a little bit of the replays coming up.
Last few seconds of the fight, both fighters exchanging. Pita just throwing body shots like crazy. And Carlos, who would you give it to?
Well,
how'd you see it, Carlos?
Well, looking at the circumstances, I think Ramirez will come out with a win tonight. He was the A-side fighter, and he came out with a good, solid test. Pita tested him. Pita looked stronger. But he was able to box and show his versatility.
Yeah, he had to dig deep, you know, in this last 2 rounds. He made the effort. I gave him rounds 5 and 6, but I still give Pita the majority of the first round.
Okay.
1 through 4.
Damas y caballeros, después de 6 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. No sin antes un fuerte aplauso para ambos combatientes, para Alfredo Pita y el Güero Ramírez por este gran combate. El juez Carlos Flores califica el combate 60-54. He scores it 60-54. Max Zúñiga scores it 58-56, 58-56. And Antonio Villegas scores it 58-55, 58-55. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime. Y nuevo campeón de la Asociación Mexicana de Boxeo de Peso Superpluma. He is the new Mexican Boxing Association Super Featherweight Champion. Puritito Camalú, Mario, el Güero Ramírez.
This evening here at Boutisteca Boxing with our co-broadcaster myself, Chris Martin, and here I'm going to hand it over to Marcos, and he's going to interview the winner.
Now here with the
Mario Güero Ramirez.
9-1 Mario Güero Ramirez. First off, congratulations. New title belt. How happy are you with this accomplishment and this performance?
¿Cómo te encuentras? ¿Cómo te sientes por esta nueva, ahora sí, logro? Eres el nuevo campeón, ya tienes el cinturón. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Bueno, primero que nada, pues le doy gracias a Dios por esta pelea. Fue una pelea muy buena, muy forzosa. Me siento feliz, contento. Ya soñaba con este cinturón. Vine a hacer mi trabajo y pues gracias a Dios salimos con las manos en alto, con el trabajo y la disciplina que tuvimos.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank God for this achievement. I feel really happy for this. I worked hard for this title, and well, this is time to celebrate.
Was it a lot more difficult of a style than you expected from Pita?
El estilo de Pita, más difícil de lo que esperabas.
No se nos hizo difícil. Sabíamos que era un peleador con mucha experiencia, pero pues no nos intimidamos con eso, no veníamos a intimidarnos, veníamos a hacer nuestro trabajo. Yo siento que pues no se vio mucho su nivel arriba del mío, ya que pues él es un muchacho con mucha experiencia. Yo siento que me vi un poquito más arriba que él.
We didn't expect it like a really hard style from Pita, although he has more experience than I have. But I wasn't intimidated by his style, and we expected a hard fight, and this is what I did. This is the way it worked out, the game plan.
What's next in the future for you, and what do you want to do?
Pues, ¿qué será? Yo no quiero que sea el único cinturón. Mi sueño pues es ser campeón del mundo. Yo espero algún día hacerlo con todo el apoyo de toda la gente y de ustedes. Y pues, más que nada con la disciplina y confiar en Dios que todo se puede.
This is not the only title that I aspire to have. My dream is like almost any other fighter to be a world champion, and I know I need to start. It's a long way to go, but with the work of my team, the support of my family, my friends, I know I can achieve this.
Well, the dream continues. Now you move on to 9-1. Guerra Ramirez, congratulations, and thank you.
Muchas gracias y gracias a todos por apoyarme, a mi familia especialmente que hacen todo, a mi entrenador, a todos, a mi promotor también. Muchas gracias por confiar en mí y darme la oportunidad de pelear por este cinturón que nos acabamos de llevar. Estoy agradecido con Dios y con todos ustedes, con todos, especialmente mi familia, la familia de mi novia, mi entrenador, a todos. Muchas gracias por todos.
Once again, thank God. Thanks to my relatives, my friends, my trainers, coaches, my promoter, my girlfriend, and I want to thank all of you.
All right, thank you so much, Mario Guerra Ramirez. Give him a hand, everybody. Let's go ahead and take it up to Chris and Carlos.
All right, on behalf of my broadcasting partner, Marcos, and with my other broadcaster, Carlos Barragan, we'd like to thank everyone for a great night of fights. It was a great action-packed main event, co-main event as well. Nothing but great up-and-coming prospects. In the co-main event, Ricardo Valdovinos, how'd you see the fight, Carlos?
I really love what Ricardo did. Gave the
Yes, Carlos. And in our main event, Mario Ramirez kept his streak going by beating Alejandro Pita by unanimous decision. It was an excellent night of fights. Once again, Boristeca Boxing, best in boxing. And we look forward to seeing you guys again.